Hi friends, Aitherea here, and today I want to talk about the live-action adaptation of One Piece. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. I really liked it, and that's why I want to talk about it, because I like to share the things that I'm really excited about and that I really like. I also like to sometimes rant about the things that irritate me or that I don't like, but that's not what we're doing today. And this is unscripted, so I'm probably gonna talk a little bit in circles, maybe go on tangents, but some people who know me very well like that about me a lot, so I'm hoping that you will too. I'm gonna give myself the chance to just be myself and just chat, and like I said, hopefully you guys will like it too, and if you don't, well, I guess you don't like me, and that's whatever, you don't have to like me. Anyways, One Piece. So I've actually never watched the anime or read the manga for One Piece. I've never seen any of it. I actually didn't even know what it was about. And if you also don't know what it was about, first of all, I'm gonna try and give this excited review? I don't know what this is. This excited discussion about One Piece without any spoilers, so don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. But the main characters of the show are pirates, and literally, like, the whole point of it's about pirates, okay? As that one quest in 14 says, it's gotta be pirate. I don't know. But yeah, it's a show about pirates, the characters are pirates, and it's seafaring shit, okay? And I had no idea. I didn't know anything about it, nothing. And so my friends were like really excited about the live action adaptation, skeptical, but excited because they watch One Piece and they love One Piece. I, on the other hand, saw the trailer, was like hella skeptical, way more skeptical than they were, just because, like, we all know, okay, anime adaptations are never good. So I had no hope for this, really. Like, I didn't really think, I was like, it's fine, it's whatever. And I didn't really care either because I'd never seen One Piece, so I didn't really plan to watch this. It was like, I knew about it, but why would I, like, I've never seen One Piece, why would I care about this kind of thing? And since it was an anime adaptation, I was like, why would I put myself through a bad show about something based on something I've never seen before? It just didn't why would I do that? Well, I'll tell you why. So even though I was skeptical about the trailer and uninterested, to the point where, like, literally my friends were watching it when it dropped, and they were like, oh, it's really good, it's really good, it's really good. And so because of that, I was like, okay, fine, I'll put it on my to-watch list. I'll get to it later. Like, I was not, like, hyped to watch it. I was not excited. I didn't really care. I was like, you guys say it's good, so I'm willing to give it a try, but I'm not gonna do it right now, because I don't care. Like, I've never, like, you guys get the point, I don't care. So why did I watch it then if I didn't give a crap? Well, I happen to be scrolling through the TikTok, hate me all you want. So I happened to get served a TikTok which was just a clip from One Piece. That was it. It was just a clip from the live adaptation. And the specific clip, I'm not going to go super into detail because, again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it was a clip of a little girl serving some chocolate onigiri, like some chocolate rice balls or something like that, to a swordsman, samurai, whatever you want to call him. And then a jerk bumps into her and gets mad at her, and that's it. That's the clip. But it was interesting. I don't know why. It just made me want to watch the show. I was like, you know what? Based on this clip, like, this actually looks pretty good. And also I really like Zoro's 3 earrings. Like, I kind of want those. I only have one hole in my ear. Actually 2. I have one piercing, and then I have, like, the hole that leads into, my head. But, anyway. Yeah, that clip made me want to watch the show. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and watch it, and, like, the next day, I decided to start watching it. And I will tell you, I feel like I started watching it and I was like, you know what, this is pretty good. This is entertaining. It's nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. In fact, it's not bad at all. So, but the thing is, like, as I watched, it, like, gradually got better and better and better. Like, the more I watched it, the more I liked it. And I didn't know if I would like this show because I didn't know what it was about. For me, what kind of shows do I typically like to watch? I really prefer, like, feel-good stuff. If I'm gonna watch an anime, I have watched shonen. I enjoyed My Hero Academia. I could not get through Demon Slayer. I really didn't like it. I'm sorry. The first season bored the crap out of me. And it was like a little bit too like annoying anime tropey. I don't even know how, like if you guys want me to like pull apart Demon, if you want, I could rant about Demon Slayer and make like a hate document about it. Just kidding. I don't feel that strongly about it. I didn't like it. Found it boring. So with anime, like the last anime that I watched that I really, really liked was Spy X Family, because it was feel good, it was wholesome, it had a little bit of comedy, had a little bit of action, it had a little bit of romance, it had a little bit of everything. And that's definitely the kind of thing that I like. Another anime that stands out to me as one that I haven't watched in a while, but just really, really enjoyed and really love, and like, I guess is like one of my all-time maybe favorite animes, would be Carol and Tuesday. That one always comes to mind. That was fantastic. So yeah, I mean, I will watch shonen stuff, but in general, when I have free time and I want to watch either a TV show or an anime or like read a book, or I don't really read that many books anymore, but like read webtoons, I'm usually looking for like the romance genre or like something really wholesome, something really feel good. I don't like stuff that's like super stressful. And One Piece like kind of fits the bill. And people who have watched the live adaptation or who have seen the entire show, the manga, whatever, you're probably gonna be like, girl, One Piece has got dark moments. It does. Even in the live action, you see within like, you know, the 8 episodes that people have pretty troubled pasts, that people have been through some stuff. In fact, I cried. Episode 7 made me cry. And it made me cry for 2 reasons. One was that I genuinely felt bad for the character, and as that character cried, I shared in that emotion and cried with them. But then also because it touched my heart. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a very touching moment. And that kind of leads me into why this is so wholesome. And it's because there is such a, like, very, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm losing my words right now. There is such a focus on like friendship. Okay, because like, okay, every shonen has like power of friendship, but this feels more profound. This feels deeper. This feels like these people are like your friendship soulmates or something. Like these people are your family kind of thing, even though you're not related. Like it's you would do anything for them. That is how Luffy treats his friends, his crewmates, because again, they're all pirates. That is how he treats them. And he always says that like, oh, they're my crew. They would never betray me and we have each other's back. And that's what he genuinely believes. And as he goes finding people to join his crew, he always picks people who he observes doing good deeds, and he sees them as good people, even if they're troubled people, even if they're imperfect people. He can see the truth of who they are or of who they want to be, because maybe they can't be the perfect, flawless, goody two-shoes version of themselves, but he can tell that they are good at heart. And that is something that I love about Luffy, because I feel like there's so many like anime or like TV shows or even like manga or webtoons or things where a character will do something bad for good reasons, right? And you as the audience, even if you don't know the entire reason, you don't know the entire motivation, you can tell. You're like, man, I know that there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but I know that this character isn't bad. And oftentimes when that happens, the other characters in the show, the whatever it is, are like so frustrating because, and obviously sometimes the audience gets information that the characters don't. But it's so frustrating because you see them like immediately be like suspicious of this person and just feel like, you know, that person is betraying them or this or that, right? Like it's like the trust is just like immediately broken and like they just have no faith in that person. And that's not the case with Luffy. He's a very good judge of character. And even when people like turn their back on him, if he believes that they have a good heart and that they are truly a good person at heart, he does not turn his back on them. He doesn't like hate people for being like different than him or being imperfect, because another thing is there's a character who his aspiration is to become a Marine. And the Marines and the pirates are largely at odds because most of the pirates in the story are genuinely bad people who do bad things. Their whole thing is committing crimes. Where it's funny because Luffy wants to be a pirate and he calls himself a pirate, but he's actually a really good person and he doesn't want to commit crimes. Like, he doesn't want to steal stuff. He doesn't want to enslave people. He doesn't want to ransack villages. He just wants to be free. He just wants a life of freedom where he's allowed to do whatever he wants, go wherever he wants, and he wants a life of adventure. And that's why he's trying to find the One Piece, which is apparently some type of treasure. We don't know what it is. So Luffy, despite being a pirate, is actually a really good person who is a really good judge of character and surrounds himself with other good people. So it's kind of funny because they're painted as villains for being pirates when they really aren't. So yes, the show is wholesome enough for me to like it because it has these very deep bonds of friendship that are something that I'm honestly jealous of. I also really liked the casting. I think I'm privileged in a way to not have watched the anime and to not have read the manga because I think what happens when you do that, like with any sort of book to live action, whether it be a novel or a manga or a graphic novel or anything of the sort, is you get this idea in your head of what the characters are supposed to look like. So then when they become real people, if they don't really look what you thought they would look like, you like can't enjoy the story because you're so focused on that. And I get it, because I've like been there. Especially, I remember when I was a kid, I was there with Harry Potter, okay? I was all out here like, he doesn't have green eyes. Like, Harry Potter's supposed to have green eyes. Why are his eyes blue? Like, I was that person. So for me, I'm actually kind of glad that I don't have any basis for what they should look like. Because like, I mean, I've seen pictures of One Piece, but I think really only of Luffy, like nobody else. I really didn't know or wasn't really sure what they looked like. So I was able to just immediately accept how all of them looked in the show and be completely unbothered and really just pay attention to how they acted. You know, I was able to enjoy the talent of all of the actors and actresses that were chosen. And honestly, everyone was incredible. Everyone was incredible. I was so impressed with the casting choices, especially for Luffy. I think he was literally like the star of the show. And I don't even think that was just because he's the main character. I think it's because, like, especially with anime characters, some of them tend to be kind of goofy, kind of moronic. And so Luffy is, like, goofy. He's really carefree. Some people would say he's stupid. I don't think he's stupid, actually. I think he's carefree to the point of insanity or to the point of lacking common sense because he just doesn't care. You know, like, it's not, he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care, and he's very hopeful, very positive, very optimistic. Believes in himself. They constantly say he knows who he is, and he does. So rather than being stupid, I think it's just that he doesn't care, and he also believes in himself and his friends, and he just is so optimistic that he thinks that, you know, things are gonna work out. There is no other possibility for him, you know, like the outcome, the possibility of losing or whatever, or getting hurt, like these things like don't scare him, because I think he's genuinely so carefree and confident. And, you know, like I said, believes in himself and his friends that he just doesn't think that bad things are going to happen, right? Like he's happy-go-lucky. And I don't think that makes him stupid. It's just who he is. And there's no other way to explain it. Watch the show. So basically, I think a character like Luffy, with how eccentric he is, can be kind of like hard to pull off. But I felt like the actor did an incredible job. Like, I just really loved the live adaptation, okay? Like, I just really, really liked it. To the point where I almost think it's gonna feel jarring to see Luffy as, you know, a character in an anime who's speaking Japanese. Because I also I know there probably is an English dub, and I don't really want to watch it because I think it's gonna pale too much in comparison to the live action, just because the acting of all of them, but Luffy especially, was just so good. And I love his accent too. I really, really love his accent. I like a lot of the accents in the show, but I felt like his accent matched his character so well. I don't know what else to say. Like, I know that the anime has filmed in Japanese, but the actor and his accent just felt perfect to me. So I don't think I could watch an English dub for that reason, because I'm gonna hear it and be like, oh, it's nowhere near as good as like the English and the live action. So I'm gonna watch it in Japanese if I do watch it. And I am actually, like, literally, I enjoyed this so much that I'm quite seriously considering watching the anime, even though there are thousands and thousands of episodes. Another thing I want to note is that this didn't necessarily feel like an anime, and I think that's a good thing. Because, first of all, if you told me, if I never knew that this came from an anime, right, and you told me it did, I would probably be surprised. I mean, yes, there are definitely some anime-esque moments in the show, definitely some moments with like anime logic, but it really felt like it could have been like its own thing that like some writer or writers came up with, and they made it into a Netflix original, you know? Like, it felt like any other show that I might pick up and watch because I like magic. I mean, this show isn't about magic at all. It's about pirates, but some of them do have special powers, like Luffy. So it's something that I feel like, oh, I might have seen a preview for somewhere and been like, oh, that looks good, and then watched it. And I think that's a good thing, because I think like anime tends to be really, really over the top. And with a live action, it can end up being really, really, really cringy if you take it too far. And the other thing that I think makes it feel not like an anime is the characters look and feel very real. And what I mean by this is that they do not look like they are cosplaying, because no shade to the cosplayers, a lot of them do an incredible job creating the outfits and styling the wigs and all this stuff. Like, this is not meant to shade them, but there's like almost a specific style of cosplay that you can like tell it's fake, right? Like, they don't look like real people, right? You go to a convention and the outfits people are wearing and the way that their hair is done to look like anime hair, because a lot of anime hair can't really exist in real life. Yeah, it looks fake. But if you have a live action, well, you want them to look like real people, right? Like, you wouldn't want, like, look at Yu-Gi-Oh's hairstyle, or like people from Dragon Ball Z with like the really spiky hair, or like even Cloud from Final Fantasy VII with the huge spike on his head. Imagine like doing that in a live action. It would look stupid, I'm sorry. Like, maybe they could get away with giving a character a mohawk, but I just don't think that it would translate that well to give a character like a huge spiky mohawk type hairdo, but then like doesn't have the accompanying style that most people with mohawks would wear. You know, because a lot of them maybe would wear outfits that maybe have a lot of black in them, or like some chains, kind of like a grungy outfit, or like a punk style or a goth style, like stuff like that. If you just have this like weeb out here with a spiky hairstyle and like a red cloak, like, I don't know, it's not gonna look right, okay? I actually remember saying to my friend, I was like, man, I could cosplay this so easily, like, they're just wearing normal clothes and that's so fun. And he was like, yeah, that was something that, you know, was important, was to make the characters feel real and to not give them like too much over the top outfits. And I think that works out super duper well for the live action, because not only is it great for cosplaying, but I did notice some pictures of the anime, like the original anime itself, that yeah, it does look like it's a bit easier to cosplay because they don't have ridiculous costumes and they're just wearing like normal clothes. But I still thought it was cool that they look like real people. They look like real people, even if they have colorful hair, like Zoro and Nami, like a lot of characters. Like, there's some characters that have blue hair, and it's obviously nowadays blue hair is a lot more normal. But yeah, all of their hairs looked real. Okay, they all looked like they had real hair. They just looked like real people. They just look like real people. What more do I have to say? So I don't know, I may be forgetting some stuff. I have no idea, because I'm just, like I said, just stream of consciousness spitting all this out. But I think that's really all I have to say about this live action, you know? I really, really liked it. The song at the very, very end when you finish episode 8, oh my god. My Sails Are Set is what it's called. They have Aurora singing it. I'm blanking on the names of the people that actually like wrote the melody and the lyrics and stuff, like wrote the music. One of them, I want to say her name was like Sophia. I don't know, you guys, just that song is incredible. And there obviously were a few moments where I was like, wouldn't that be bleeding more? Or would be like, this is definitely a little anime, you know? That, you know, there were definitely a few moments where I was like, okay, that was maybe a little unbelievable because it was a little too anime. But overall, I mean, it wasn't to the point where I was like, wow, that's so annoying, I can't watch this. It was just kind of like a one and done, like, okay, let's move on. So yeah, like I said, I don't really have anything more to say. I just want to finish off by saying that I really liked it, and I'm probably gonna watch the anime now. I'm gonna try and tackle those thousands of episodes. So see you guys again in a year when I am done with One Piece. Okay, bye! If you like this video or whatever, sacrifice. What is it I always say? Please leave a sacrifice for Lord Algorithm in the form of a like, comment, share, or subscribe. You can also support me on Ko-fi Throne. You can buy shit and have it sent to my house. Don't though. What else is there? You can share. No, I already said that. You know what? Bye. This is what happens when I don't have a script.